When I first decided to move to Toronto in Canada, I had no idea how competitive the job market is. I had full confidence that I can get a job really fast because I already did it in South Korea, in Singapore, and in the Netherlands. But wow, the job market in Toronto in Canada is really competitive. So in today's video, I want to share with you guys what I have done differently and strategically to get 2 job offers without applying for jobs in Toronto in Canada. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new to my channel, nice meeting you guys and thanks for hopping by. So if you're currently looking for a job in Toronto in Canada, or if you're thinking of moving to Toronto in Canada, definitely keep on watching until the end because I'm going to share with you guys 3 tips that I use to get job offers in Toronto in Canada without applying for jobs. And also, I'm going to share with you guys 1 mistake that I made and I wish you guys not to make this mistake that I did. So keep on watching until the end. Let's dive in. So the first thing that I did to attract recruiters and hiring managers to reach out to me first before applying for jobs is optimizing my LinkedIn profile and Angela's profile. Okay, if you're not really sure how to optimize your LinkedIn profile and Angela's profile, make sure to watch my tutorials. I have a lot of tutorials on my channel, so make sure to watch them. And 2 job offers that I got in Toronto in Canada, I got a message from a recruiter and a hiring manager first before I even apply for a job. I made sure my profile is very well aligned with my strengths and the things that I can really offer on the table to my future employers. For example, as I used to work for SAP in South Korea before moving to Canada, I knew that this is my strength because I knew that there are many software companies in Toronto in Canada, and there are also many companies that are partnered with SAP as well. So I optimized my LinkedIn profile with a full of keywords such as ERP, CRM, supply chain, software sales, etc. That's how my hiring manager reached out to me, and that's how I got my first job offer in Toronto in Canada. Because that company is partnered with SAP, so of course I used to work for SAP and I have knowledge of SAP system, so of course for their perspective, they are interested in interviewing me. And second job offer, at the time I was already working in Toronto in Canada, and my main goal was not only working for specific software companies like ERP related softwares, supply chain related softwares, etc. But I was more focused on new job opportunities where I can really work for Canadian market. So what I did was I optimized my LinkedIn profile with full of keywords such as Canadian market, across all Canada region, software sales, and I didn't really focus on supply chain ERP system as my keywords, but overall my tech sales experiences. And that's how a recruiter reached out to me and I got a second job offer in Toronto. So moving on, the second tip that I want to share with you guys is making a good rapport with your hiring manager, aka your future boss. Okay, this is a tip that you can use during an interview, and interview stages are, generally speaking, let's say 3 rounds, right? The first round is with a recruiter, and the second round is with your hiring manager, aka your future boss, and the final round is with either the CEO or the founder or the vice president. And in my opinion, from my own experiences, I think the second round, an interview with your hiring manager, is the most important interview. So what I did was during an interview with my hiring manager, I made sure to pitch myself really nicely and made a good rapport with him. So that way he already wanna hire me. And that was my goal during an interview. And I knew that I had an interview with the founder and my hiring manager. He shared with me, okay, Lucy, this is how the founder is like, and this is what the founder values, right? This is a really great information because no matter how much we do research on our own, like the hiring manager knows so much better than me when it comes to his or her boss. the founder, right? This is a really, really great information because now I can pitch myself, my skills accordingly, right? Because I know now how the founder is like, what founder values, right? So making sure to have a good rapport with your hiring manager is really, really, really important. But of course, on the condition that your hiring manager really wants to hire you as well. Okay, moving on. The third tip is making them remember you. Okay, this is a tip that you can use before an interview. So for the second job offer that I got, I knew that the final round is going to be very, very intense and in-depth interview. I remember it was 1.5 hour interview. Okay, and I knew that they're gonna ask me a lot of questions all the way down from my high school and university and my work experiences as well. So there are gonna be so much information. And I was worried that, okay, after a 1.5 hour interview process, what if they don't really remember everything that I told them, right? So what I did was I prepared a 4 or 5 PowerPoint presentation slides and I printed them out and I gave them after an interview. So that way they can take a look at them and they can remember me more vividly. And also during an interview, they usually ask those kind of questions such as, why do you want to work here? Or how much do you know about our company, etc., right? And I made sure to give them new information, which is novelty. Novelty always wins because humans pay more attention to new information. So I did a lot of research not only about the company, but also about the industry they are in. So I can share with them some new data, new statistics, and new trend in the industry and pitch myself that, hey, I can really make a great contribution to your team and to your company. And of course, there are many, many jobs that I applied, but I didn't get job offers, of course. And I realized, okay, what have I done wrong? What could I have done better? Why didn't I get job offers? The biggest mistake that I made was I applied for jobs that are not really relevant to my strengths. When we're applying for jobs, especially in the competitive market like Toronto, we just like, oh my gosh, I need to apply for jobs, right? Sometimes we tend to apply for jobs even if it's not our forte per se, but we feel like, okay, this is a little bit more junior level. Maybe I have a chance, maybe I have an opportunity here. We just apply for them, right? But what happened was I thought, okay, I am applying for jobs that are junior level and that I think, you know, they will appreciate me, but actually it's not true. Even though the salary is lower than my expected salary, or even the job is a little bit more junior level than I expect, they don't really appreciate my skill sets or they don't really appreciate my strengths because it's not really relevant to the job description or the candidate they want to hire. Okay, this is it for today's video. Hope today's video was useful for you guys. And make sure to subscribe to this channel if you are working as an expat or if you are thinking of moving abroad and working abroad. Subscribe to this channel because those are the topics that I'm sharing with you guys on this channel. So yeah, thanks for watching today's video and have a great weekend and I will see you guys next week.